All right, welcome here to the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz shows here. Josh Wilson here along with Christopher Like here as we come to you here. We're going to be a little bit shorter here. I know we're kind of a little late here where our show was supposed to be, about 45 minutes ago, and I apologize about all that with the bugs and getting the gremlins out of here and all that, but hopefully with everything that we will have this show, but we'll be available on YouTube as well as on all the social handles for a replay later. But we're going to kind of just go through some things quickly here, and then hopefully tomorrow night we'll be all set. We won't have any of the gremlins bugging all this, but we need to get the shows going anyways. I mean, at some point it's you got to work the bugs out, got to work the kinks out of this, and we just got to rock and roll here.
Yeah, the bugs are all over the place tonight.
The bugs are all over the place, and Chris, I just want to get your thought. The setup, the shows, the colors. You had a big hand on helping the logo redesign here, real quick. We could talk about that for a moment here, real quick, as we get rolling here. But I think this is a much better look, especially with the fact that we have a ticker now that actually can display unlimited amounts of information. The more the glorious it seems like.
Yeah, the colors, they bring out the liveliness of the regions, different regions. That's for one thing.
No, absolutely.
And to have all the shows unified under one umbrella really helps.
No, it does really help, and in terms of the thing and the branding across the board, and also the regions, and just being able to, kind of break the four regions up that we did over the last couple of years, but break them up a little bit and bring these a little bit more focus, so the schools can hear more about in their region, because at the end of the day, Florida, even though we're one big state, we're a statewide site. Really, at the end of the day, as they say, how like politics goes, all sports is local in a lot of ways too, as well.
And eventually the Blitz will end up being combined drug through the different regions, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to keep, we wanted to unite the Blitz name instead of having it all split up into different regions.
Yeah, and it just and it really is at the end of the day being able to bring the Blitz together and bring the Blitz shows together under this, and being able to really regionalize it in a lot of different ways. Ooh, excuse me. But just being able to really kind of just bring this together. But welcome to the Tampa Bay Blitz, the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz, I should say. It will give me a little bit of time to say the Tampa Bay edition of the Blitz and all the different region names. But honestly, it just really, the concept of being able to have these shows, being able to have that. And you notice that the live chat is on the side here. We don't have to necessarily pop up all the comments now. It's just there's a chat there. We can see the comments still on our end, and we can read those comments out. Even if they don't disappear off the live chat side, they still, hey, your comment will appear on there. Just I would just say for people, and I'm going to have to maybe remind people on each show, is to keep the comments, be short, rather be, instead of long comments, be short, sweet, and simple. That way we're able to answer your questions. People can see those questions easily on the screen as well as we roll through these shows here during the 2025 season and into the 2026 school year, I should say, because it's not just going to be about football on this show. It will also be about girls flag football as well. So we will have a mixture of both as well on this show. So it's going to be unifying all both sports that we cover and doing everything together as well. And hey, there's our buddy Emery Smith here. And how good do you think the Lakeland Dreadnoughts will be this year? I know they want a rematch with St. Thomas Aquinas in state finals this year and want to exact their revenge after that embarrassing loss last year. Charles Bell told me Lakeland got a lot of transfers during the summer, including some big offensive linemen. Well, I mean, shoot, Lakeland's going to be in Lakeland will be a top 3 team in Class 7A. We will release the rest of those FPRI rankings here over the next couple of days here as we get stuff really rolling out. I wanted to really kind of debut the top 10 of the rankings of the regions, but what we'll do is we'll release them on FloridaHSFootball.com, but we'll have that top 10 all region, and then we'll break it down big schools, small schools. But during the week, we will bring those rankings to you here on the show as well. So, and one of the parts that you're already seeing on the FPRI, what we're bringing on the shows is obviously the win probabilities. That's that we're bringing 6 for each of the 6 games. We'll bring that win probability out of the paywall, bring it to you on here. But if you want to see them for the rest of the games, you got to subscribe to our season ticket at FloridaHSFootball.com/season ticket, all one word, season ticket. $59.99 a year, $7.99 a month. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification button so when we post new videos or go live. We appreciate all the support that we get across the board here on the Blitz shows, and particularly this one, the Tampa Bay Edition here. And let's kind of talk about a few things with the kickoff classics here as we kind of roll around. We'll just, shorten this a little bit here and go from there. And let's do that here with so under the Blitz lines. And let's just talk about let's look at the kickoff classics, because there's a lot of kickoff classics in the Tampa Bay region here for this week. And Tampa Bay region goes from Polk County over Lakeland area all the way to across the Pinellas County and then up to Citrus County. So that is the region. It's like 6 counties, but there's over 100 plus schools and a lot of good football to come here this week, Chris, in the kickoff classics.
Yeah, I think the Tampa Bay region is very underrated as far as talent goes. And, we hear a lot from South Florida. We hear a lot from Central Florida. But Tampa Bay, they deserve their due.
No, absolutely. And Chris, looking at this with some of the games that we've got, there's some really interesting kickoff classics. Obviously, one of the big ones this week is going to be Clearwater Central Catholic at Armwood. That's going to be a dandy right there in terms of the teams that are going to those two teams. Clearwater Central Catholic looking at another chance to get to the 1A state championship. I mean, 3 years in a row have come up short empty-handed against Shammai Madonna. It's been really tough for them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Clearwater Central Catholic does after last year, so.
Absolutely. And Tampa Bay Tech is going to be at Apopka. That'll be an interesting one right there. That's another good, I think, good kick. Apopka struggled last year. They got a new head coach, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen there going up against Tampa Bay Tech. That'll give us an indicator of what we might expect out of the Blue Darters. We'll talk more about that on the Central Florida Blitz tomorrow night. But for Tampa Bay Tech, this is also a good chance for them to get out of the area, go play somebody that you're not normally going to see, especially since Tampa Bay Tech's 5A, Apopka 7A. Go play those two particular teams. Go do that. A couple other games I really have seemed to be interested in. Palmetto at Zephyr Hills. That'll be another interesting one right there. Zephyr Hills, Palmetto, both playoff teams from last year. Nature Coast at River Ridge. That'll be a good little matchup there for the North Sun Coast part of the Tampa Bay area. And then there's a couple other ones that I'm really Jesuit at Sumner, 2 playoff caliber teams in the Tampa Bay area. In Hillsborough County specifically, both made the playoffs last year. I'm interested to see how the Tigers and the Stingrays go up against each other in that one, in that early season test right there. And then looking at some of the other games real quick, Carrollwood Day at Sebring. That'll be another good, interesting kickoff classic right there. But football's back. Toe's going to meet leather. There's also some games that count this week in the Sunshine State Athletic Association. You'll see all those games that we've got. If you look at the ticker here, you will see everything across your screen here in terms of, okay, what games are this week in terms of, okay, Sunshine State Athletic Association games, kickoff classics. And then starting next week, we'll be able to start throwing the scores and stuff in with the games and be able to run the scores on the bottom of the ticker. Hey, so that way, hey, we really like to give all these schools a chance to be seen and to be heard.
Yeah, that's one of the beauty things about these regional shows. We're not just focused on one or two teams. We're focused on the entire region. So that's one of the best things about our focus on these shows.
No, absolutely. And Charles Bell has just chimed in about Lakeland getting 9 offensive linemen and everybody. I do. Again, I went when I'm with Charles and Emory. Just a heads up, so everybody else can see your comments. Try to shorten your comments up as you can during the shows. I don't want to harp on it too much, because being able to shorten up on the comments when it comes up onto the live chat box, people will be able to see it in shorter sequences. So if you got a lot to say, put it in several comments so we can see it, because we're not going to throw the comments up like we used to in the past on the screen here, because we're trying to really roll of making sure that what we're talking about is more visibly seen as we roll through here. And Auburndale Bloodhounds, they are in the house here, part of the Tampa Bay area. You love it to see them here on this and be able to watch our show here, and we love it for them as well. So And so Emory may have responded in this one in a long response to Charles Bell in the terms of the chat because it didn't pop up here. But just again, Charles Bell's interested to see about Lakeland, as in that's another big kickoff classic. They will Lakeland and Miami Northwestern at Vero Beach's Citrus Bowl Stadium on Saturday. So that'll be interesting to see how that one goes because I'm sure they're going to treat that like a real game, not a kickoff classic.
Yeah.
So let's look at this here, Chris, with everything. Let's kind of roll into this one here in terms of let's just roll right into it with how about this? The pick six. How about that? We'll just roll right into the pick six since we don't have our guest tonight, unfortunately. Bob Putnam was supposed to be part of the show. But we'll have Bob. Bob has asked to reschedule for next week, and I just know that a lot going on. And again, we apologize for all the bugs that we've had tonight, but at least get it out now before we really get into the games that really do matter. No, we've got a lot of games for next week that are going to be big, especially with week one. A lot of national type games that are going to involve teams here from Florida. So, Chris, what you thinking? What is the first game up on the dibs here for pick six? Well, we've got this one. It's another one of the SSA games. Of course, all the games that we're featuring are SSA this week because obviously SSA starts this week. The rest of the teams will start next week in terms of games that count. And we want to focus on the games that count when we go to the pick six here. Cloiston at Frostproof is our first game up on this one here, Chris. And the Florida Power Rankings Index, it's not pretty. It's not pretty on this one. It's not pretty. And then when I bring it up, you're going to be like, well, yep. Frostproof 43 over Cloiston. The win probability is 100% Frostproof. It is not giving Cloiston a chance here. So, I mean, what does that tell you where our picks are maybe going here, Chris?
Yeah, I kind of agree with this one, too. I think Frostproof is going to roll over Cloiston real easily.
Yeah, and I talked to Emory Smith a couple of days ago about Cloiston. It's just really Cloiston at one point. This was one of the top programs in the state, especially in terms of small school football. But over the recent years, the Muck area has struggled, and Cloiston part of the Muck area, but part of more of our Southwest Florida stuff. But this game is being played at Frostproof, but it really just to see Cloiston really kind of struggle there in the recent years. It's been difficult.
And tough to see those Buck schools really struggling over the last couple of years.
Absolutely. And Emory Smith chimes in and says he's going with the SSA Atlantic defending champions, Frostproof over Cloiston. Cloiston has struggled these past couple of years. Yes, they have, especially ever since Pete Walker left. And now, well, by the way, Pete Walker has popped up again over at Wellington. So we'll see what happens there. But really looking at this, Chris, I mean, it's just really our guy Reno, by the way, did chime in, and he had he's taking Frostproof as well in this one. So we're all going to be on the same picks here. All right, rolling to game number 2 here. Duval Charter at Seffner Christian, and well, this one's interesting with the FPRI line. Oh, that's not the line for that game. Well, we'll bring it up here, back up here on this one. I've got it right here, sitting here. So sorry, I apologize about that because that's actually our third game, and I somehow chopped it into the second line for that game. So, but for that particular game, in terms of the spread here for Duval Charter and Seffner Christian, the line is Seffner Christian 31 over Duval Charter. And the win probability for Seffner Christian is sitting at a mighty 99%, giving Duval Charter just a 1% chance to win the game.
Yeah, I think Seffner Christian is going to win this game by about 2 or 3 touchdowns, and it'll be done pretty quickly.
So, yes, indeed, and everything like that. But everything with that said, going with that, I think Seffner Christian, honestly, it's just going to be really, really top. With that said, with all that said, I really think Sefner Christian wins this one pretty easily. Duval Charter's got a lot of room for improvements here. I'm just really going to say, just take Duval Charter, put them back on the bus, and send them home, because really, at the end of the day, I just don't know. I mean, Sefner Christian has shown more improvements. I'm hoping that Duval Charter comes out, proves us all wrong, and shows us more improvement and more thing. And the cat makes the appearance for the first time tonight. So, absolutely. All right. And let's go into our third game, which our third game, by the way, is the game that was we started Keswick Christian at Cambridge Christian. Keswick Christian, and here they showed a lot of improvement last year, Chris, and last year, and they're looking mighty good. Cambridge Christian, new head coach coming in with Andre Walker, who, by the way, is the brother of Coach Gabe Walker over at Santa Fe Catholic. So both the Walker brothers are sitting there now in the SSA coaching together, not too far away from each other. And I don't think they're playing each other this year, Cambridge and Santa Fe Catholic, but gotta say this in the line here. The pick six, game number 3. Florida Christian 22 over Glades Day. Oh, that's the wrong stat. Why it didn't pick? That's the. Hold on, let me fix it. It's this one here. Oops, I'm clicking wrong buttons here tonight. It's really this one is Keswick Christian 21 over Cambridge Christian. Keswick a 96% chance to win. Cambridge 4% on this one.
Yeah, I really like what Keswick Christian has been doing the last 2 or 3 years. Keswick Christian, I think, going to win this game. They're going to be a very good team this year. So I think they're going to be a great playoff team this year, too.
No, absolutely. No, absolutely that. And, I really think Keswick Christian's going to win this one here. And honestly, it's here. Keswick Christian Keswick Christian is Reno's pick as well here. I'm going Keswick across the board here as well on mine as well. So we're all across the board. Keswick Christian on this one. All right. Our fourth game here is State Stevens Episcopal at Bishop McLaughlin. And this one, actually, it's going to be a close one, I think, as well. And the FPRI says this as well. St. Stephen's 3 over Bishop McLaughlin here. So what is your thoughts here, especially with the win probability sitting at about 60-40 here on this one?
I was torn between this one. But I still think St. Stephen's is going to win. Bishop McLaughlin, a great team. But it's going to come down to maybe like the last possession.
No, that's going to be it's going to be a close game. It's going to be. I think Bishop McLaughlin could have a chance to win this one, but I'm going St. Stephen's. But our guy Reno is taking Bishop McLaughlin for the win, so that'll be interesting to see there and see how that rolls here. All right, into our fifth game here on this one. Trinity Prep at Seven Rivers Christian, another SSA game here. And I think, honestly, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Trinity Prep has been struggling over the last couple of years. Seven Rivers have had their ups and downs, have had their moments here. But the FPRI thinks Seven Rivers Christian 18 over Trinity Prep, giving Seven Rivers Christian a 94% chance to win this game.
Yeah, Seven Rivers Christian, I think, going to win this game pretty easily. Another game that really is not going to be close. But I like Trinity Prep, but I think Seven Rivers Christian is going to be a much better team up and down the roster.
No, absolutely, and I'm going with Seven Rivers Christian as well. So is Reno, and I just we'll see what happens there. But again, this is why teams play the games on the field. We can make picks all day long, and we could either be right, we could be wrong, we could be in the middle, we could go anywhere. So there's a thought of that one. There you go. It really is in this situation, anything can happen, but. We look at the numbers, see what the numbers say. It's all analytical on this, what we're doing here in terms of showing you what the spread is, what the probability is. There's nothing in terms of the number of transfers, coaching changes, all of that. It's really just based upon analytical numbers from last year, looking at this year's schedule, looking forward to at this year's schedule. And then as the results start to roll in, the numbers will start to tell us a little bit more and really deep dive into what is happening here across the board. All right, we got one more game, Chris, to wrap up this one here for tonight, and that is First Academy Leesburg at Lakeside Christian in the 8-man game here in the Sunshine State Athletic Association. And this one, what the FPRI is showing us a 1-point margin of victory for Lakeside Christian over First Academy Leesburg. First Academy Leesburg dropping down from 11-man to 8-man football. Lakeside Christian's obviously been here for a while in 8-man football, but First Academy, I don't know. I wouldn't, I have to ask, does the transition going from 11-man to 8-man easier than going from 8-man to 11-man? And I know you when you covered out in Texas, you had 6-man football. So I know I'm pretty sure that there was times where a 6-man program went up to 11-man and vice versa. So, based upon that knowledge, how do you feel like this handles in this case?
It's just a matter of the rules more than anything. I honestly think First Academy should be able to win this game, but the transition is going to take them maybe a half or two. But I think First Academy Leesburg going to win this game by maybe a couple, maybe one score.
No, absolutely. I mean, so you're going First Academy?
Yep.
Wow, First Academy Leesburg. Okay. I mean, honestly, wow. Okay. That's I like it. I like to have the confidence is there for a school that's going to transition down. I'm interested in seeing the First Academy Leesburg, what they're going to do here. So, all right. So Chris is going with First Academy Leesburg here. I'm going to go with Lakeside Christian. I want to take Lakeside Christian in this. I feel like that I feel like that maybe a little bit more experience in this situation is going to help them out here along the way here. And our guy Reno is going Lakeside as well. So a few different picks here along the way here, Chris.
That's like one of two different picks we've had.
Yeah, we've had a couple different picks here in this situation, but hey, we've got picks. We're rolling. We're going to keep track of it here as we roll through the season. So, any final thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I really like what Tampa Bay kind of bring this year. It'll be interesting to see how these teams shape up in the kickoff classics and especially teams like Apopka and Plant, and the underrated teams as well.
No, absolutely. And with all that said here, as we wrap up the show here tonight here, and with that said, I mean, holy cow, yeah, the Tampa Bay area is gonna have a lot for us to look at, and we're gonna talk about that. And of course, again, why we don't pick on the preseason kickoff classics is that a lot of schools can go to a different format. Some play, half the game JV, some half varsity, some play 3/4 varsity, one plays a quarter of JV, or you get a format where it's you're having a 3-way jamboree where it's 3 teams playing in a jamboree situation, so you're playing 2 quarters here, 2 quarters there. So really, at the end of the day, it's more about getting the rust off, getting the tune up ready before week 1 rolls around, because once week 1 rolls around, that's it. It's time. It's go time. It's either you win or you lose, and you're in charge of your playoff destiny at that point.
Yeah, and with the way the current system is, you're going to have to show up for week 1 and keep building. You can't take a week off. So.
No, absolutely. Another thing, but that. Yeah, we'll be interested in seeing what's going to happen here, but we're going to wrap this thing up here, Chris. Apologize for not having our interview tonight here, but we'll have Bob putting them on next week here, and we'll get everything straight and get the bugs worked out, but I feel like we're starting to get there. And we got 4 more shows tomorrow night: the Central Florida Blitz, the Northeast Florida Blitz, the North Central Florida Blitz, and then we have the Panhandle Blitz. So myself, Chris, will be back on tomorrow night here, and we'll talk to everybody then as well. But we appreciate everybody here joining us here tonight, and appreciate y'all riding along with us as we dealt with all the technical difficulties tonight. But appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe on FloridaHSFootball.com to the season ticket, or on our YouTube channel as well at Florida HS Football. We'll see you here back again 7 o'clock tomorrow night, starting with the Central Florida Blitz. Have a great night, everybody, and so long for now.